Let's set up our seats. Ideally, we want to be able to sit cross-legged with our knees releasing away from our hips. So if when you're sitting, your knees are way up here, lift yourself up with blocks, or you'll notice I have a blanket underneath so that your knees can relax. If your knees are comfortable, then you're already in a good spot. And then our options for hand placement are palms on thighs, or right hand and then left hand for ladies. The opposite for gentlemen. Since I'm a lady, I'm going to do right hand then left hand. And with eyes closed, make any necessary adjustments so that your body feels a little more stable and comfortable. It should be fairly easy to sit in this seat. It is called Sukhasana, easy seat. And begin to focus your attention on your nose. And consciously begin to breathe in and out through the tip of your nose, making a noisy breath. And as you breathe, making this noisy inhale and exhale, try to slow down your breath, taking longer and deeper inhales and expressing longer exhales. As you continue to breathe in and out, making these deep, noisy breaths, begin to imagine that each inhale, the breath drops down into your belly and your belly expands into your hands or forward towards the front of the room. And with each exhale, imagine your breath emptying from your belly and your belly drawing to your spine. Inhaling, your belly expands, filling up like a balloon. Exhaling, your belly draws to spine, emptying completely. Now, as you continue to breathe in and out, filling and emptying your belly, draw your breath inward, starting to fill up the space inside of your head and your sinuses, and make the sound like you would if you were frustrated. Continue to breathe slowly, deeply, and consciously filling and emptying your bellies. Continuing to breathe deeply and completely, filling and emptying your bellies. Now drop your breath down into the space at the back of your throat, making the sound like you would if you were fogging a window, but keep your lips closed and your jaw loose. Let your tongue drop down into your lower jaw and feel the muscles of your jaw soften. Maybe the muscles of your face relax as well. And imagine as though you could portion each in-breath, each out-breath into two parts. The next time you begin an inhale, take half a breath into your belly, and then complete your breath filling up your chest. As you exhale, empty from your chest first, and then breathe out of your belly. Inhale again, belly, and then chest. Exhale, empty from chest first, and then belly. Again, fill from bottom to top. And exhale, empty from top to bottom. And then as you continue to fill up this way from bottom to top and empty from top to bottom, start to smooth out your breaths so that it feels a little easier, a little more graceful each time you inhale and exhale. And then release your hands, let them come down onto your thighs. And then lower your chin down towards your chest. Let your eyes open and gaze down upon your feet. And keep breathing in two parts, even as you walk your hands forward and separate your feet. Move any tools except for your blanket out of the way. And set your blanket right on your mat. And place your knees on your blanket right beneath your hips. Set your palms on the mat with your shoulders stacked over your wrists to make your spine long. And return to your two-part breath if you misplaced it. And then no matter where you are in your breath, just pause. Exhale all your breath out. And then as you inhale, lower your belly to the mat, lift your shoulders and tail, and look up to the ceiling. As you exhale, round your spine to the sky, tuck your chin and chest, coming into cat. Breathe again, bellies down, shoulders back, lift your gaze into cow. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest, coming into cat. Again, inhaling, bellies down, shoulders back, look up, cow. Exhaling, spine to the sky, chin into the chest, round to cat. One more time like this, inhaling into cow, looking up. Exhaling into cat, spine to the sky. Now this time lead with your tail. Inhale, tail back, belly down, chest down, shoulders back, and look to the ceiling. Exhale, tuck tail, lift belly, chest up, and chin into chest. Let's do it again. Tail up, belly down, chest down, shoulders back, look to the ceiling. Exhale, tail tucks, belly up, chest up, and chin into chest. Again, tail, belly, chest, shoulders, look up, and breathe out, tail, belly, chest, and look down. Now lead with your gaze. Look up first. Chest down, belly down, tail lifts. Gaze down, lift your chest, belly, and tuck tail. Again, look up. Chest, belly, tail. Look down, chest up, belly up, tail tucks. And one more time, look up. Chest down, belly down, tail up. Look down, chest up, belly up, tail tucks. Inhaling, come to neutral. Lengthening tail back and crown of head forward. And with your next breath in, stretch out at first with right foot, spreading your toes and keeping your leg in line with your hip. Lift through your belly and extend left leg with feet hip-width distance, coming into plank. Take a deep breath here, and as you breathe out, knees lower, belly lifts, elbows bend as chest lowers down. Move your shoulders back and lift your chest, coming into cobra pose. Exhaling onto your knees, push your hips back and grab the earth with your toes. Then lengthen your legs and lift up, coming into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here and let out a long exhale. And then again a deep breath in and let out a long exhale. Inhale deeply, and as you breathe out, bend your right knee. And then let your left heel press back, stretch through your left calf, left hamstring. Breathe deeply. Exhaling, take another deep breath. Exhaling, and again. And then on your next breath out, switch sides. Bend your left knee and extend with your right leg, stretching right calf, right hamstring. Inhale here. Exhale, take another breath. Exhale, and again. And as you inhale, lengthen both legs, extending back into downward dog. As you inhale, look up towards your palms, and breathing out, take a walk all the way to the front of your mats, coming down into forward fold, feet hip-width distance. Hands can dangle down towards the earth or palms on shins, feet, or the ground. Inhaling, put your palms on your shins, lift your spine and gaze forward. Exhale, lift your hips and try and fold a little further downward, reaching towards the earth. Then inhale, spread your arms wide and reach to the sky. Bring palms together overhead. And exhale, hands come to heart. Take another breath. Reach up to the sky, palms connecting. Exhale down to your hearts. And again, a deep breath all the way to the sky. And exhale down to our hearts. How's everybody feeling? Good? Okay. So yesterday we did some fun practices into some interesting spinal extension. Everybody okay with some backward bending? Okay. So take a deep breath in, reach your way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Take another breath all the way up to the sky. And then as you breathe out, take your hands behind you. And your hand options are to interlock into a full fist, making sure that instead of your palms being open, they come together solidly. If this is a challenge for you, you can always grab for wrists or for elbows. Whichever variation you choose, hold it nice and tightly. And then move your shoulders back so they come out of your peripheral vision and you feel your sternum lift a little bit. Then try and pull your arms off your back. And that's going to be a challenge in itself, right? And you feel how as your arms go back, your chest wants to go forward and your booty wants to go back, right? Draw your belly to your spine so you keep your hips over your heels. And then keep letting your sternum lift as you pull your arms off your back. Can you feel that in the front of your body? Yeah, that's a nice stretch, right? Take a deep breath. Exhaling. Breathe again. Exhaling. You feel how like it's hard to breathe, right? Take another breath. Exhaling and again. Now as we breathe out, let's try and keep our arms off our backs. Lift your hips up. Tilt a little extra weight into the balls of your feet and slowly start to come forward. Now keep your arms lifting, and some people can actually lift their arms a little higher as they come into this fold. As long as you can keep your palms locked together, go ahead and let your arms lift. Inhale. Exhaling, squeezing your hands together. Maybe you get a little tingle in your fingers. Keep moving your shoulders away from your chest. Take another breath in. As you exhale, draw your belly to your spine. And another deep breath in. Exhale. Now as you inhale, separate your hands very gently and let your arms release, coming down to the earth, and we'll let some blood run back into your fingers there. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhaling. Exhaling. Breathing in, bring palms up onto shins. Lift your spine and gaze forward. And then exhaling, let's bend our knees and bring our hands down to the mat. As you inhale, take both feet to the back of your mat, all the way into plank. And then let's gently come down to the ground, dropping knees first, and then lowering your chest and belly down. Once you're down there, take your hands back behind you. Now, I'm going to keep my head lifted because if I put my face on the ground, you won't be able to hear me anymore. Put your chin or forehead on the earth. Take your hands once again behind your back just as you had them a moment ago, but cross the opposite pinky to the outside. So you're going to cross in the kind of awkward, uncomfortable way that's unfamiliar to you. Keeping your forehead or chin on the earth, start to lift your arms in the same way we just did a moment ago. Shoulders coming away from your chest, arms moving towards the ceiling. And breathe there, keeping your head on the ground. Take 3 more breaths here. Very gently release your hands. Let your palms face up and turn your head to one side, right or left, it's up to you. Turn your head to the other side. Now bring your forehead or chin back to center and let your palms come right underneath your shoulders. Make your thumbs so they point in towards your sternum, towards the center of your chest. Squeeze your elbows towards your center line. And then move your shoulders back and slowly lift into mid-cobra. So we're still going to have elbows bent, and you can let your head dangle down if you'd like. And draw your chest forward, your belly forward. And in the same way as we just did moments ago, shoulders back. Breathe here. Exhale, take another breath. Exhale, and again. And then breathing out, lower down. And this time, take your arms forward, fold them, and turn your head to one side. Swap the palm that's on top, turn your head to the other side. Bring your forehead or chin back to center. And once again, bring your palms underneath your shoulders, thumbs pointing in towards your center line. Squeeze your elbows to your sides and draw your shoulders back. Now this time, lift up in the same way. Hold that pose. And then slowly try and lift your palms off the mat. Keep your feet down as your palms lift. All 10 toes glued to the earth. Think about drawing your sternum forward, your chest forward, lengthening your spine so that as your back gets longer, it lifts higher and higher. Take another breath. Exhaling, and again. Exhaling, 2 more. 1 more. And again, arms come forward. Cross your palms. Turn your head to one side. Swap the palm that's on top, turn your head to the other side. Forehead or chin to center. This time we take our hands back again in the same way that we began. Forehead or chin on the earth to begin, and cross your hands in that comfortable way, the familiar way. Inhaling, lift your arms off your back, drawing your shoulders away from your ears and away from your chest. Keep your feet glued to the earth. And as you breathe in, slowly lift your chest, just as we did a moment ago in Cobra. Breathe in. Let your head come up, let your chest come up, keep all 10 toes on the earth, and keep drawing your arms back. Breathe in. Exhale, try and lift up enough so that your lower ribs lift off the ground. Exhale, take another. Exhale, and 1 more. Now see if you can hold this lift. Send your arms out to the sides. Bring them forward and fold your palms. Turn your head to one side. Swap the palm that's on top. Turn to look the other side. Forehead or chin to center. Slide your palms once again underneath your shoulders with thumbs into center line. Shoulders move back and we lift up into our cobra pose again. Keep that little bend in your elbows like you want to do little cobra push-ups. And then breathing out, bend your knees. Bring your heels up towards your head. Lift your chest and press it forward and imagine you could put your head on your feet. Imagine. Take another breath. Exhaling, and again. Press your hips forward. Get that big, deep stretch across your belly. Breathe again. And then belly to spine, push back. Lower your toes to the earth so they grip it solidly. Push your hips towards your heels. Feel how long your spine is. And then lift your legs and lengthen into downward dog. Maintaining all that beautiful extension you just created in your back body. Honoring it with the down dog. Deep breaths in. Long exhales. Take another. Exhaling, and again. Exhaling. Breathing in, bring your gaze forward. Breathing out, pull to plank. Hold it there for a moment and then come over your tippy toes, dropping your knees down beneath your hips. How's everybody feeling? Any nauseousness or dizziness? Okay, good. So whenever we work on our bellies really intensely like that, it's nice to move slowly to come out of the poses because you're putting a lot of pressure on your abdomen and our digestive fire can get really hot. Take another breath. Exhale. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Let's step our right feet to the front. The easiest way to do that is to step it outside of your right hand and then walk it in so that your knee lines up with your right hip. And when your inhale begins, dive your way up to the sky into low lunge, palms connect overhead, and then we exhale to our hearts. Take another breath in all the way to the sky. Exhale to your heart. And again, a deep breath up to the sky. And exhale to our hearts. All right, so we're going to challenge ourselves a little bit with balance and spinal extension at the same time. Take a deep breath up to the sky. And then breathing out, turn to the right and spread your arms wide. Okay, so here's the beginning of our twist. Right hand comes to right gluteal. Literally, you're going to grab for your butt. Move your right shoulder back and away from your ear. And then slowly lift your left arm and send it towards the windows at the back of the room. You can gaze down to make sure your shoulder stays in its place. You can look off to the side at our wave wall for balance. Or you can look up to the sky at your left palm, adding extension to the posture. Breathe here. Exhale. Take another. Exhale. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit of a similar stretch through your left side, from your left knee all the way up to your belly, just like what we just did moments ago in our cobra variation. Take another. Exhale, and once more. Now as you inhale, send your left hand forward again. Keep your twist. Reach your right hand back. And then exhale, turn to center with arms wide. Inhale, bring your hands overhead. Exhale, down to your heart. Inhale again, up overhead. And then breathing out, hands release. Right on down to the mat. And we'll step back into table. And just pause in table to maintain the length we created through that extension. All right, so now left foot's going to step to the front. You can feel free to step it outside of your left hand as you exhale. And then heel toe, walking it in until your knee lines up with your hip. Breathing in, we dive to low lunge on the other side. Exhaling, hands coming down to hearts. Another breath all the way up. And to our hearts, and one more time, just like this, all the way up. And to our hearts. Now this time we dive up to prepare for the twist. Hands come overhead. Exhaling, turn left, and then open your arms. Inhale here, and put left hand on your gluteal. Next breath in, right arm lifts to the sky, opening your chest. Keep moving your left shoulder away from your ear, lifting through sternum and chest, and gazing down, off to the side, or up to the ceiling. Breathe there. Pressing right hip forward, create a stretch from right thigh all the way up through right belly. Maybe up to right armpit. Take another breath. Exhale, and again. Exhale, and another. Next inhale, right hand reaches forward. Keep your twist as left hand lifts. Exhale, turn to center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to your hearts. Take another breath all the way up, and then we'll release hands on down to the earth. Step your left foot back and hold your table. How's that feel? Good? Good. Inhale. So the cool thing about spinal extension and twists combined is they create a ton of energy. So hopefully you're feeling warm and a little bit more enthusiastic. Take another breath in. Exhale, and again. Exhale. All right, so we're going to go a little deeper into that twist. Everybody has a block or two by their mat. If not, I'll bring you some. Go ahead and take a block, one on the outside of left foot and one in between your feet. And breathing out, it'll be right foot to the front again, heel toe, bringing it in line with your hip. Inhaling, we bring both arms to the sky once again in our low lunge. And exhaling to our hearts. Take another breath all the way up. Exhaling to our hearts. And again, diving tall. And this time we twist right. Open our arms. And now you can see that block back there, right? Reach back and put your right hand on the block. Left arm continues to lift, so you're high-fiving the back of the room. Left hip moves forward. Right knee moves forward. Breathe here, looking off to the side, down to the earth, or up to the sky. Now you're like, why is there another block there? Well, some people have the flexibility to reach and actually cross over, putting their hand on the block outside of their foot. Breathe there. Moving right shoulder away from your ear, put a little bend in your right elbow. Take another breath. Exhaling, and again. As you inhale, send your left hand forward like you want to shake my hand. Then slowly lift and hold your twist. Exhale, turn to center. Inhale up to the sky and exhale to our hearts. Inhaling, dive again up to the sky and release hands on down to the mat. Inhale, right foot back, and let's pause and table. That one should have felt just a little deeper. Inhale. Exhale and take another breath. Exhale, inhale again. Exhale. All right, so take the outside block and switch sides, putting it outside right foot this time. Next breath out, left foot steps up, heel toeing it to the inside, or just step it up to in between your palms. And inhaling, we come to low lunge again, arms overhead. Exhaling to heart. Inhaling, arms overhead. And back to your center. Diving all the way up. As we breathe out, we'll twist left. Open arms. Next breath out, we reach back. Left hand to block. Right arm up and overhead. You choose your gazing point. Press right hip forward and left knee forward. Inhale again. Exhale, and if your spine feels open, cross over, reaching for the other block. Keep moving left shoulder back, putting a little bend in left elbow. Woo! Inhale. Exhale. Take another breath. Exhale, and again. As you inhale, right hand forward. Slowly and gracefully rise, left hand back. Exhale to center. Inhale to the sky. And breathe out to our hearts. Take another breath to upward. And hands release down. Back into table. And pause and table. Deep breaths in. Long exhales. Take another breath in. And exhale. All right, let's move our blocks out of the way. And we'll be moving into a pose called locust. And I'm going to show you a bunch of variations on it, and you get to go as far as you want. First things first, let's open up our blanket so that we've got a little cushion, because this pose requires that we bring our hands underneath our bodies. So, everybody has a different angle at which their elbows bend and arms draw in. Ideally, when we come onto our bellies, we want to be able to get at least our inner hands together, maybe wrists, maybe forearms, maybe elbows. Everybody's different, okay? So come on down to your bellies. And once you're on your belly, tilt to one side, tuck the opposite arm under, and then tilt to the other side and tuck the other hand under, so that your arms are just as we had them a moment ago, but now you're resting on them. Thank you, gravity. Forehead or chin on the earth. As you breathe in, lift your right foot off the ground, lifting right leg, right thigh, all the way up. Hold it up there. Good. One more breath like this. And then lower your foot down. Keep your chin or forehead on the ground. And then switch sides. Lift left leg up. Left knee, left thigh, all the way up off the earth. Breathing out, lower left leg down. Now, you can imagine what we have to do next, right? Try and lift both feet up. So squeeze your inner thighs, inner ankles, and big toes together. Push your feet away, and then try and lift both feet up off the mat, extending them towards the ceiling. Two more breaths. Lower your feet down, and then untuck your arms. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Turn your head to one side and relax. Turn your head to the other side. Come on into center. Bring your palms underneath your shoulders with thumbs pointing in towards your sternum. And then move your shoulders back and lift your chest into cobra. And breathing out, belly to spine, push back on your knees. And then swing your feet off to one side and come on down. How'd that locust feel? Fun? Your legs get so heavy sometimes, right? All right. Let's move our blankets out of the way. And come onto your back so we can close our practice with a fabulous twist. Knees can come into chest. Give yourself a hug. And if you want to, rock a little bit side to side. So that was a whole lot of backward bending, whole lot of spinal extension. This pose is exactly the opposite of everything we just did. So be gentle as you rock. Come on into center and pause for a moment. And then breathing out, let's roll our way to our right sides. Stack your knees and stretch your arms out. So this is our first variation. This is a moderate twist. If you'd like to make this pose a little deeper, let your left leg cross over and then tuck under your right leg. So I took my top leg and I crossed at the thigh and then tucked my ankle underneath my calf. Yeah. Now lift your top arm, your left arm. And slowly rotate, turning your chest to the ceiling and stretching left arm away, working toward releasing left shoulder to the earth. And with your legs crossed, you might get a little pull through your low back, through your gluteal. And just breathe here. Holding that pose, making your breaths a little slower, starting to shift our energy from active to restorative. Three more breaths on this first side of our twist. And then on your next inhale, lift your left arm up and roll on back to your right side for a moment. Uncross your legs if you crossed them. And then roll onto your back side again. Feel free to give yourself a little hug and rock a little bit side to side. And then as you breathe out, roll all the way to your left side. Stretch your arms out, stacking your palms. And then if you'd like, you can take your top leg, cross it over your bottom leg, and tuck your ankle underneath. And then lift your right arm and twist open. This time, getting a stretch and openness through right shoulder. Working to eventually get right shoulder to drop to the earth. Use deep, full breaths, consciously releasing in those muscle areas that are tight, trying to create openness and release. Take 4 more breaths on the second side. And when your next inhale begins, lift your right arm up, roll on back to your left side. If your legs are crossed, uncross them. And then roll onto your back. Again, knees to chest if you'd like, or feet on the earth with arms wide and windshield wiper. Whatever feels good for you. Next time your knees go to the right, drop them all the way over and roll to your right. And then use your hands for an assistant to come on up to sitting. I gave everybody, except for myself, a bolster. Go ahead and take that bolster and put it at the front of your mat. And for Shavasana, in order to give a little low back traction and some relief, some looseness in our low backs, we'll take our legs over our bolsters. And you have a choice. You can just extend your legs. Some people like to go into a bound angle variation. It's up to you, whatever feels comfortable. And then you can either come flat onto your back on the earth, or for those of you that enjoy spinal opener, you can add a rolled up blanket into a cannoli roll behind your back. And the combination of the two isn't too bad. Once you're there, you'll give yourself a big hug, grab for your shoulders, and then lift your elbows, and then open your arms wide, coming into this final posture of our practice, corpse pose, Shavasana. And of course, if you're somebody who runs cold and you think you might get chilly during Shavasana, put your right hand on your belly, and I'll be sure to tuck you in so that you're nice and warm while you rest here. And let your eyes closed. Bring your attention to your breath, once again revisiting that two-part breath with which we began our class. Focusing on inhaling into your belly and then chest. Exhaling from your chest first and then your belly. And our Dharmic focus for today is related to our understanding of God. A controversial word, I know. But in the Bhagavad Gita, it is explained that God is not a person, a place, or a thing, but more so a symbol, a representation of that which we hope to be. So regardless of your belief system, our yoga practice, our life, is all about that which we hope to be, that which we wish to become. And when we come into the studio to do our practice, our asana, our pranayama, our awareness and mindfulness, there's something toward which we are moving. Perhaps that's to be a better person. Perhaps that's to be like someone whom we admire. But regardless, consider what your belief is as far as God. And consider why you practice. Guru Satyam Guru Dhyanam Guru Anandam Guru Shanti Om Soham. Refocus your attention upon your breath. And begin again to breathe consciously and deeply, slowing your inhales down and lengthening your exhales. Feel your breath once again, filling belly and chest, and emptying chest and then belly. As you breathe, imagine as though each breath that drifts in fills more than your torso. Imagine breath spreading out through your arms and down through your legs. Imagine breath reaching out through your palms and feet to fingers and toes and rising up to the crown of your head. And with each breath you take, feel your energy, your prana, your life force flowing through you, moving with each in-breath and out-breath. Feel a little tingle in your fingers and toes and begin to consciously wiggle, moving fingers and toes. Then open and close palms and point and flex your feet. Begin to shift in your wrists and your ankles and turn your head from side to side. Breathing in, start to stretch out from shoulders to fingertips, and then stretch from hips to toes. And then inhale and stretch your whole body from soles of your feet to the crown of your head. Breathing out, bring your knees to your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, and squeeze your body into center. And with your knees drawn to center, look within yourself for peace, tranquility, and contentment. And rolling to your right side, let go of all the things that distract you away from who you hope to be. And then using your hands on the earth, press on up to a seated position. Crossing your legs once again, coming to Sukhasana, our easy seat. Bring your palms together once you're seated and draw your hands upward in front of your chest with thumbs pointing to sternum. And with this attitude of offering, Anjali Mudra, we offer peace. Within yourself, Om Shanti. Offer peace to others, Om Shanti. And create peace throughout the world, Om Shanti. And I thank you for the mirror you provide while we practice together. Namaste.